All right, cool. We live. We are live. We are live. So again, I got to get used to this StreamYard stuff. Um, hopefully, hopefully, let's okay. All right, guys. So I'm live. Um, I definitely want to talk about young pseudo. That's what I'm gonna call this dude, young pseudo. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Young Pharoah, young pseudo, same thing. I want to talk about him in his dumbass video, utilizing basically utilizing racism as a tool to garner up emotions for monetary gain. So he's utilizing images of lynchings and beatings of racism towards blacks, right? He's utilizing that as a catalyst to say, I'm going to use Tyson Fury as an example because his ancestors did this to us. So therefore, I'm going to, and I'm like, okay, so why don't you start at home? I mean, you're from Buffalo, right? What's the homicide rate in Buffalo? Why don't you start at home? So that lets you know this guy is pandering to a completely different audience, which is actually a really good tactic. It's like politics. You know, politicians, whether it be Republican or Democrat, I don't care because I'm independent. I'm not with any political party. What I'm saying is that what they try to do, they try to pander to different audiences and they try to garner up votes. They're trying to garner up new votes from different sections and different groups. So he's utilizing the boxing community. He's utilizing that to garner up more subscribers, more um, more subscribers, more super chat donations, more monetary gain, more AdSense revenue. That's what he's doing. You know, that's what he's doing. And like I said, anybody that falls for that is pretty much a coronavirus infected idiot. Um, that's what you are. You're a zombie. That's just a mindless follower who doesn't know how to verify facts, doesn't know how to fact check, doesn't know how to cross reference, doesn't know how to validate things. You're just a complete follower of this guy who is just throws out, illogical. He defies logic and common sense. This guy, young pseudo or young clown, he defies logic and common sense. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's really ridiculous. This guy really ridiculous. But I'm gonna play this video he did. Somebody, one of my subscribers pointed this video out that he just did. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I want to play a clip where he's trying to stir up his followers' emotions to say, hey, he's utilizing beatings and lynchings of black people from racism, right? And he's utilizing that to be a catalyst and saying, this is what Tyson Fury did. He's guilty by association. So therefore, I'm going to do whatever I can do to get this belt back. Even though this guy, again, first time doing boxing content, he's an expert on everything, right? He claims he got receipts for everything. Everything he shows online. You've never seen this dude in person. I've seen him in person because like I said, I dealt with this dude in Sarasota and Seti a few years ago, booking this guy for a lecture. He's a pygmy, short dude with the Napoleon complex. That's what he is. But he utilizes this tactic to garner up attention and stir up emotions for his followers. That's what he does, and it's really disgusting. It really is disgusting what he does to do that. So I really want to play the video until I get some more, because right now I got nobody watching me live. So I want to get more people in the room so I could do this. and then call, because I'm not going to be here that long. It's 9 o'clock right now, so I'm not going to be here that long to to do this live stream. So when I get some more folks in the room, I'm going to start talking about this this video with Young Pseudo. Young X say, what's up, man? So you're the only person in here. That's what's up. It says 0 because it says 0 people live. So it is what it is. I guess it's probably a mixture of StreamYard and YouTube not telling people that I'm on live, which, you know, a lot of people complain about that. When you go live, you don't get alerted and stuff like that. Even though you hit the bell icon, you don't get alerted when someone goes live, which is, you know, it is what it is. That's whatever their algorithm is. They don't know how to fix that. So it is what it is. But shout out to you, Young SJ, for being on the stream. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for at least probably a couple other people so I can start this this video. I don't know if you've seen this video, Young SJ, by Young Pseudo, aka Young Pharoah. He's basically utilizing, you know, beating. He's basically utilizing images of Black people getting lynched and raped and beaten through antebellum slavery, right? He's utilizing it as a catalyst to say, this is for Tyson Fury. Your ancestors did this, when that has nothing to do with boxing, right? That completely has nothing to do with boxing. Nothing to do with why Deontay Wilder can't box. Nothing to do why Deontay Wilder can't fight off the back foot. Nothing to do with Deontay Wilder, who can't throw combinations. He is defensively irresponsible. He doesn't know how to commit to the body. He can't throw hooks to the body. He barely throws. He only does a 1-2 or 1-1-2, like boxing fundamentals 101. No, but he wants to make this about something completely different. And his followers are eating that shit up. Like, what does that have to do with the fact that Deontay Wilder can't box? Stick to the facts. Deontay Wilder can't fucking box, right? Barely can jab. Doesn't go to the body. Can't jab to the body. Can't fight off the back foot. Can't pivot. Can't clinch. Can't work off the clinch. Can't do shit. You know, he's just a complete novice fighter. You know, he fights like a 5-year-old. Deontay Wilder fights like a 5-year-old. I know some kids that box better than him, you know. So make it about boxing, but he makes it about something completely different, something else, which is so, you know, it's just a tactic to, again, garner up more subscribers, more super chat donations, more AdSense revenue, you know, just doing online panhandling to stir up emotions for your YouTube channel, which at the end of the day, you know, you want to keep it fair. You're basically making more money for the profit margin of Google. At the end of the day, the AdSense revenue, the subscribers, the majority of your money that you're trying to generate is going to Google anyway. Google owns the infrastructure of YouTube, you know, so that's where the money's really going to. So at the end of the day, you're really helping out Google. But, and that's another thing, right? If this guy I just thought about this. So if this guy is so worried about, you know, what Tyson Fury's so-called ancestors did and all this other stuff, well, why are you using Google's infrastructure? They're white owned. Why don't you go on your, I don't know. I don't know what kind of internet, you know, they got over there where he's from, but why don't you use your own internet, your own social media platform, and stop relying on Google's infrastructure? Why doesn't he do that? You know what I mean? Like, it's so counterintuitive. It really is. Like, you worried about lynchings and rapings and beatings of Black people from racism and slavery, right? You're worried about that, but you're not worried about utilizing a white-owned social media platform, as in Google. You're not worried about that because, again, they own and control everything. So that means they're watching what you're putting on their infrastructure. Every YouTube video, every comment made is controlled and operated and monitored by Google SREs, which are site reliability engineers. I know terminologies in IT because I work in the IT industry. I've been in an IT industry for 15 years. I'm a consultant. So I know what it is in the background of how things work. You know what I'm saying? Cloud infrastructure and all that stuff. I know how stuff works. But this guy, it's a complete, I would call him like the YouTube Creflo Dollar for his followers, you know, just panhandling, spitting out misinformation, false rhetoric, and stirring up emotions for his followers, right? Talking about he wants to get the WBC strap back and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So I got 5 people up in here. That's what's up. Shout out to Young HJ, one hitter. Appreciate you guys joining the live. So yeah, I wanted to talk about Young Pharoah, aka Young Pseudo, right? Let me share my screen. I'm using Opera as a oh, I can see it, right? Can I see it? Hold on one second. Yeah, I can see it. Well, actually, let me do it like this. Hold on. Do it like this from another screen. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Cool. So yeah, this is the fool right here. Young Pseudo. And I'm not gonna play the whole damn thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna play this clip and keep it moving. But let me play this clip and I'll come back with my commentary with this guy, Young Pseudo, stirring up emotions about getting the WBC strap belt back for Deontay Wilder because Deontay Wilder was a sacrifice. He said some dumb shit. Just listen to it and I'll come back with my commentary. Here we go.
bitch. And if you don't acknowledge it, see what happens.
Y'all couldn't hear? You guys couldn't hear? Because I'll play it right back. Hold on. Because usually what happens is when I play the audio from my microphone, right? I have to mute it so the sound doesn't double, because I have two audio cards on my desktop gaming PC. I got two audio cards. So when I play audio from the computer through my when I'm recording, I have to mute my microphone. So this time I muted it, but you guys say you can't hear, right? All right, so I'll play it back. Hold on one second. Because this guy is a complete idiot. Okay, I'll play it back. All right, here we go. I'll play it back. Let me know if you guys can hear. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. All right, hold on one second. All right, here we go. You guys can hear?
Leopold, him, and Mussolini, which is him, they killed 500 million motherfuckers. Do you know how many 500 million Africans is? Huh? Do you know how many 500 million Africans is? Huh?
Okay,
no,
cool.
Excuse me, 50.
Now listen to him. This guy's a complete idiot.
50 million. Do you know how many 50 million people is? And that was only, it's 1935. It's only 2020. That's 95 years ago. That's not even 100. Nigga, that's one grandma. That's one grandma ago. That's one grandma ago. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Kidnapping our motherfucking people. Huh? Nigga smoking a cigarette. About to go do whatever the fuck he want. About to go do whatever the fuck he want. Huh? It been happened. And it's still happening. And we just seen it happen to Deontay Wilder. And motherfucker, I'm not letting it go. I'm not. So for all you bitches who keep saying, bro, why you let it go? Fuck you. I'm not letting it go. Bitch. Because I owe your ass for all of that other shit I just showed. I owe your ass for all of that other shit I just showed. And I might can't take that out your ass because I might can't. Okay? But I'm gonna take it out on Tyson Fury. Believe that. Tyson Fury is gonna catch my rap. For everything I just showed, bitch, Tyson Fury, you nigga, you finna be your motherfucking sacrificial goat for your people. Because you came and you did the same thing that y'all been doing for 2,000 years. Smiling in our motherfucking face and stabbing us in the back. And so you will be the motherfucking example, motherfucker, of how we will be persistent and how we will not stop until we get justice. Bitch, we getting that belt back. We're getting it back. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You think I'm playing? You think I'm playing? Bet it come back. I bet it come home. I bet we take that belt out your ass. I bet we take that belt. I don't give a fuck who gotta fill my rap. The Nevada State Boxing Commission, WBC, NSAC, Showtime Boxing, the motherfuckers overseas, whoever gotta catch it is going to catch it. Because I'm tired of you bitches. I'm tired of you bitches. And if I don't got the power right now to get you motherfuckers out the Congo, that's okay. I'll wait. I don't got the power right now to get you motherfuckers out of Gambia from raping on them kids.
This guy's a dumbass.
That's okay. I'll wait. If I don't got the power right now to stop you motherfuckers from senselessly executing us in the street, that's okay. I'll wait. But I got the power to expose and shred Tyson Fury's racist ass. And bitch, I'm going to exercise that power to my fullest motherfucking extent. And so I'm going to stay on this nigga neck until we force these motherfuckers to acknowledge it. Bitch. And if you don't acknowledge it, see what happens. See how your credibility gets shot. Huh? See how the integrity of the boxing world become destroyed. We live in a country where American boxing will jeopardize its own integrity to try to hide blatant cheating and blatant racism for another boxer that's not even from this country just because he's white. Let me say that again. America will jeopardize its own boxing platform and the integrity of its own boxing platform to try to sweep under the rug and hide blatant cheating and blatant racism for a boxer that's not even from this fucking country, all because the victim was black.
All right. I'm done. I'm done. This guy's an idiot. So young pseudo, right? Young pseudo. I'm gonna call this dude young pseudo. Young pseudo. All right, let me share my screen again. Young pseudo. I want you to keep that same energy for the social media platform you're using to get your message out for your followers, your 200,000 plus followers. Keep that same energy for the owners and the founders of Google, which owns YouTube, Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Keep that same energy, right? Because you're claiming that Tyson Fury, right, is accused. You're accusing him of racism, and it's unfair, and this, that, and the third. And Deontay Wilder is, he was a victim, right? You're playing the victim role. You're playing the victim card. But why don't you keep that same energy for Larry Page and Sergey Brin, the same guys that are paying you to get those AdSense revenue, to get the super chats, right, that you so depend on by your flock. Keep that same energy. Why don't you go ahead and make these claims of them raping your ancestors and being racism and contributing to the slave trade? Keep that same energy for Larry Page and Sergey Brin, because you're utilizing, again, YouTube is owned by Google. You're utilizing their infrastructure. So yeah, keep that same energy, bro. Keep it all around. Keep the exact same energy you have for Tyson Fury for Larry Page and Sergey Brin. At the end of the day, though, this stuff has nothing to do with boxing, though. Nothing to do with boxing. We're talking about boxing. We're not talking about the slave trade. We're not talking about lynchings or nothing like that. We're talking about boxing fundamentals one-on-one. Do you know who Tom Molyneux is? Look him up. One of the first bare knuckle fighters ever, and he's British, a black British fighter, bare knuckle. But you don't know who you don't know who he is because you're not an historian of boxing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, guy's a complete idiot. Like I said, man, he needs to keep that same energy for the founders of Google. You know what I'm saying? Accuse them of racism and being a part of the slave trade and all this stuff. Keep that same energy for them because they're paying you. You making a nice living off of, I wouldn't say nice living, but you're making some good money from your AdSense revenue and your super chat donations from your flock. You know what I'm saying? That's that's what he's doing. Yeah, he's saying that Tyson Fury is racist. So if Tyson Fury is racist, so is Larry Page and Sergey Brin, the founders of Google, right? You're utilizing their infrastructure. They're racist too. Keep that same energy for them too. Keep that same energy for them. Matter of fact, you should stop using their platform to begin with. But no, you won't do that because that's how you make your money. That's how you make your super chats. That's how you make your AdSense revenue. Right? That's how you keep afloat because you utilize and you depend on your flock to give you AdSense and super chat donations. To stirring up this dumbass rhetoric that has nothing to do with boxing. Let's keep it boxing because you don't know shit about boxing. You know what I'm saying? You proclaim that Tyson Fury's gloves were loaded. He was punching with his bare knuckles. If he punched with his bare knuckles, why didn't he knock out Deontay Wilder the first time? Why didn't he knock him out? And if it was an advantage, if he punched Deontay Wilder with a bare knuckle, right? How in the hell? First of all, how did he get away with that, especially in the second fight? Right? How did he get away with that in the second fight? That's number one. Doesn't make sense because if your glove, and I already talked about this before, but if your hand is exposed and your fist is exposed, the only way you can punch somebody is like this, and this is illegal. But if you try to do a jab, the whole part of the glove at the top is just flab. It's nothing in it. It is so illogical, bro. This is ridiculous. It is completely ridiculous, man. Like defies common sense, defies logic. You know, this guy is a complete moron. Complete moron. You know, if he kept the same energy, like I said about Tyson Fury, accusing Tyson Fury of being racist, well, you got to accuse the founders of Google of being racist too. So to the point where you should stop utilizing their infrastructure, stop utilizing YouTube altogether, and utilize your own platform. That's completely contradicted to what you believe in, right? If we want to accuse Tyson Fury of racism, then accuse Larry Page and Sergey Brin, the founders of Google, of racism too, right? Because they're non-black, so accuse them of racism as well, and stop using YouTube altogether. But like I said, you won't do that. That's how you make your money. But let's go back to boxing, man. I'm gonna keep it boxing. Right? What does Deontay Wilder do good besides the right hand? What does Deontay Wilder do good besides the right hand? What's it good, Nick Diaz? Yeah, I'm talking about this clown, Young Pseudo, aka Young Pharoah. I just played a video of him basically accusing Tyson Fury of being a racist and accusing Tyson Fury of, having loaded gloves, having an advantage because he's white and a whole bunch of dumbass excuses, right? But the racist part really is disgusting because, like I said, if you claim in Tyson Fury is racist, then why are you utilizing YouTube, which is owned by Google? The founders of Google are white, Larry Page and Sergey Brin. So keep that same energy for them because you're accusing Tyson Fury of being racist. Well, keep that same energy for the founders of Google, who owns YouTube, of being racist. To the point where you shouldn't even be utilizing YouTube to get your dumbass message across. But you won't do that because that's how you make your money. That's how you make your AdSense revenue and your super chat donations. But you won't do that. Like I just talk about common sense. It's logic and common sense, bro. Like it's really easy to see through his bullshit. Real easy. But again, going back to boxing, what does Deontay Wilder do good besides throw the right hand? And he really can't even throw the right hand properly, especially now that he's been exposed. Because, like I said before in my last previous video, where the reason why Tyson Fury, the second fight, was able to eat those right hands, right? Because he controlled distance, he controlled range. Deontay Wilder was throwing that right hand from a longer distance, which when he hit Tyson Fury, right? The reason why he was able to take those punches is because he threw it from a longer distance. And number two, he saw the punch coming and he rolled it. So it wasn't really no big impact like that. It wasn't a flush shot. It was a longer distance because Tyson Fury is a master of controlling distance, right? And then roll off his chin. He was able to do that because Deontay Wilder is so predictable of when to throw that right hand. A jab is coming. He does a 1-2 jab, right hand, jab, right hand. It's very predictable to read his body language. Like I said before, if his right hand is between his nipple, like Ben Davis has said, if his right hand is between his nipple and his navel, he is going to try to throw that right hand. So what do? You beat him with two things: feints and jabs. That's it. Feints and jabs. But of course, somebody like Young Pseudo wouldn't talk about that because he doesn't know shit about boxing. He's going to talk about stuff that has nothing to do with boxing, which he showed. A bunch of BS. Accusing Tyson Fury accusing Tyson Fury of racism. Well, accuse the founders of Google racism too. Matter of fact, stop using YouTube altogether because it's guilty by association, right? According to him, if Tyson Fury is racist, right, and contributed to the slave trade and all that, then so did the founders of Google as well, right? Accuse them as well and stop using YouTube altogether. Like I said, it's just complete common sense, bro. Complete common sense. Makes no sense for this guy to talk about racism, this, that, and the third, but yet you're utilizing a social media platform that's white owned. Makes no sense. Like it really makes absolutely no sense. But that lets you know he's basically only doing one thing and one thing only. Trying to garner up as much subscribers as possible, trying to get AdSense revenue, and trying to get super chats. The thing about me, I've never. First of all, my channel's not monetized, and even if it was monetized, I'm not here to do videos to get money from you guys. I wouldn't ask for super chat donations and turn on AdSense for revenue. I don't need to do that. I make a great living, so I don't need to do that other stupid shit that's people like Young Pharoah, Young Pseudo, and these LDBC clowns do. I don't need to do that. You know what I mean? So these guys are clowns that just, again, when they do these live streams, they turn on monetization and get super chat donations and, you know, try to get as much money from their flock. I don't need to do that. You know? So even though my channel is not monetized, like I said, if it does get monetized, I still won't do that because I don't need to do that. You know, it's completely pointless. You know? But yeah, man, you know, like I said, this Young Pharoah dude, Young Pseudo, I want to call him, Young Pseudo is a clown. He's a clown. He threatens to get the WBC strap back. How is he going to do that? The guy doesn't even travel. The guy's never been, none of these Deontay Wilder fans travel to see Deontay Wilder fight live. They don't travel. So what is he going to do? Make more YouTube videos? He's going to make more YouTube videos. Can you imagine Mauricio Suleiman watching this clown on YouTube and Mauricio Suleiman's getting bothered? Oh my God, Young Pharoah, I'm so afraid. Maybe we should get the belt back because Young Pharoah and his followers are going to get me. Mauricio Suleiman's watching Young Pharoah like afraid. Oh my God, he's going to get me and his followers are going to get me. Oh my God, it's freaking hilarious, man. Yeah. Young Pharoah said that humans are really aliens. Yeah, this guy, he mentioned something about astral projection. He's into one of those kind of things. He's like, that's why I call him Young Pseudo, because everything he says has not been verified or validated by peers or people who follow his work. He just says shit to get more subscribers. You know, that's why I call him Young Pseudo. You know, because everything he says is not verified when it comes to that kind of stuff. You know, but I want to keep this about boxing because I can talk about stuff that he talks about and I can debunk, right? All the shit he talks about, I could debunk that, but I want to keep it about boxing. This guy is making it not about boxing. He's making it about something else. But the fact that he's making it about something else completely contradicts what he's talking about. Because again, if he's accusing Tyson Fury of racism, then he needs to look in the founders and the owners of YouTube, right, which is Google, and accuse the founders of Google of racism, and which is Larry Page and Sergey Brin, right, because they're white. That means you need to stop using YouTube to get your message across, but he won't do that because that's how he makes his money, his little ass's money, you know. So yeah, man, it's crazy. Young actually said, this is a joke. Just because a white dude beats a black dude doesn't make him a racist. It's makes him a better fighter. Exactly. Keep it boxing. Keep it boxing. It means one fighter is better than the other fighter. Matter of fact, one fighter is a complete fighter and the other fighter is a novice fighter. Like, I consider Tyson Fury a complete fighter. I consider Deontay Wilder a limited novice fighter, and it showed during the rematch. Completely showed. You know what I'm saying? So let me see. Why is it not letting me it's not letting me show the comments? That's weird. I don't know why. But yeah, man, I totally agree. It has nothing to do with the fact that, there we go, it's delayed. Nothing to do with the fact that and you know, they try to make this, and I bet you Young Pharoah doesn't even know about what the fighter or the match that I'm going to reference. I bet you he knows nothing about the real racism that happened between Larry Holmes and George Cooney. They try to make George Cooney the great white hope. Now that was about, you know, they made that about racism and all this stuff. You know, it was a lot of tension back in the day, back in the 80s about that fight. They tried to do Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury like that, but it had nothing to do with race. It was about basically one fighter from the UK, one fighter from America. That's it. That's it. UK, America, that's it. you know. But then the LDBC and Young Pseudo want to make it about something else, about race. They want to race bait. They want to make it, about something else, which, like I said, has nothing to do with that at all. They're trying to insert something that doesn't apply. Doesn't apply. So, yeah, exactly. That was definitely racism back in the day with Holmes and Cooney. This is Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder is nowhere near that. Nowhere near that. So these guys, these LDBC guys, Young Pseudo, all these clowns trying to make it about racism. No, it doesn't even compare to Larry Holmes and George Cooney. It doesn't even compare. Not even close. But like I said, I bet you this guy, Young Pseudo, Young Pharoah, doesn't know nothing about those fighters. Doesn't know nothing about Holmes and Larry Holmes and Cooney. I bet you he doesn't. Bet you he doesn't. So, yeah, definitely. It's just the way it's pretty sad, like for a guy to get, to have like 200,000 followers, right? It's all these super chat donations, which, like I said, I don't care about that because I don't need it. I don't need to monetize and get AdSense revenue. I don't need that. I don't need to make a living from YouTube. But these guys like Young Pharoah, Boxing Ego, and Dante's Boxing Nation, these guys that have hundreds of thousands of followers or subscribers on their channel, they get that AdSense revenue money and stuff like that. That's how they make their living. I don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? But when you have that many followers that believe such bullshit, and like I said in my last video, these followers, they represent America. They represent how dumb America is. If you believe all the bullshit these guys are talking about without fact checking and verifying what they're saying, it makes you just, like I said, it makes you a blind zombie coronavirus type follower. You know what I mean? It makes you really stupid. It's really dumb. Barbershop Conversations is another one calling up WBC. They love the WBC until Wilder got beat. Yeah, you know what, man? What's funny about that? Like I said, you really think Mauricio Suleiman is on YouTube watching guys like Young Pharoah and Barbershop? Like, oh gosh, Barbershop Conversations is talking about me. Young Pharoah's talking about me. I'm going to have to talk to Tyson Fury about giving his belt back because they have a lot of information. You really think Mauricio Suleiman is online looking at YouTube videos like that? No. Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? And, again, Deontay Wilder fans or even PBC fans in general, they don't travel. So you think these guys are going to afford to get a plane ticket to fly to the office of the Nevada State Athletic Commission or WBC or whatever, right? Fly to them and file a complaint? No, they're just going to make YouTube videos. That's it. That's all they're going to do. Make YouTube videos. Make more YouTube videos. That's it. So it is what it is, man. It's sad that Neanderthal. Okay, IDK, yeah. So this dirty illegal tactic to beat up a top tier fight. So IDK, right? Let me know exactly. I want you to let me know exactly what did Tyson Fury do illegally that gave him an advantage in the fight, whether it's the first fight or the second fight. What did he do illegally that gave him an advantage, right? Because boxing fundamentals 101, right? If a guy like Deontay Wilder, all he does is throw a 1-2, which is a jab and a straight right, or a jab, a double jab and a straight right, 1-1-2 or 1-2. If that's all he's going to do, that makes him pretty predictable, right? So if I'm able to slip or parry his punches like that, that's called being able to easily read what he's doing. That's not an advantage. That makes him just a novice ass fighter, a basic fighter, a very limited fighter. You know what I mean? That's what it makes him. So, And like I said, man, you know, boxing is international, it's worldwide. So I don't care where you're from. I don't care where your background is, your color. If you got skills, you got skills. Tyson Fury got skills. Tyson Fury is a complete heavyweight. He can do it all. And it show he can do it all. He can box on the outside. He can fight on the inside. He can fight off the back foot. He can fight on the front foot. He can do it all. He's a complete fighter. Deontay Wilder is not. He's a limited one-arm fighter. That's all he is. And it's too late for him to learn new stuff. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. It's too late. It's over for him. So when he gets beat by Tyson Fury again, he will be a gatekeeper. And that's it. You know? It's pretty sad that the American heavyweight division is pretty much on his last leg. You saw what happened to Kaunaki, right? Kaunaki is an American heavyweight fighter. He lost last night. Who else? Michael Hunter. This guy went life or death with who he fought last? It was Michael Hunter and Povetkin. Yeah, Povetkin. Michael Hunter went life and death with Povetkin, got a draw. Right? There's no talented American heavyweight boxers that are coming after Deontay Wilder. There's none. They're either getting beat or they're just not talented enough. You know, all the fighters are coming out of all the American heavyweight boxers are coming out of the UK or just coming out outside of the United States, period. Those are just facts. Those are just facts, man. You know, those are facts. So, all right. So you said Tyson was hitting with his bare knuckle. That is why he busted up Deontay Wilder. So IDK, you do realize that the photos and the pictures that young Pseudo was showing is from the first fight. You know that, right? It was from the first fight, not the second fight. And not only that, I don't know if you boxed before, but I have, and I still do. When you have your hand or your knuckle exposed in a glove, right? You're prone to injury because you can only basically throw. You can only hit like this, right? And when you're flicking the jab, there's nothing to protect your hand right here. It's just all padding. So it makes no sense. Period. Right? But you're not gonna talk about the fact that Tyson Fury got knocked down from an illegal shot in the back of the head, right? In the first fight. In the 9th round. You're not gonna talk about that. Right? So you're gonna talk about some dumb shit about what Tyson Fury allegedly did and make more excuses, but you won't come to reality and accept the fact that Deontay Wilder can't box, right? You see, the difference between people like IDK and myself, because just like Paulie Malignaggi said, Deontay Wilder has too many yes men in his camp. If I was around Deontay Wilder, I would tell him what the real is. You need to work on a whole bunch of shit. Start with the basics. Start with the jab. Start working the body, right? You need to control your range better. You need to pivot. It's so much shit, that he needs to work on. But instead of telling him what he needs to do to correct his mistakes, you're just making more excuses for him, which basically means that the fans and Deontay Wilder still don't know how to accept defeat, which basically means he is going to lose the third fight before it even started. But you don't know how to accept defeat, accept it graciously like Anthony Joshua did, right? Acknowledge your mistakes and say, I need to go back to the drawing board and do better. Y'all not doing that. Y'all just making more excuses. Well, here's the thing. Keep making more excuses because that's going to make Deontay Wilder even more insufficient. Even more, a guy that can't box. It's terrible, man. What's good, DT3? Yeah, footwork for sure. He ain't got no footwork. It's like, a guy with skinny ass legs like that, guy that tall. This guy has no footwork, period. It's like his feet, are only designed to go back and forth. He goes in a straight line, right? He only goes this way. That's what you were taught, to go in a straight line, and that's a no-no. That's a fundamental no-no. You don't go in a straight line. You have to pivot. You need to work on your angles. And so, and I can't put the whole blame on his trainers, Mark Breland and Jay Diaz, because like Mark Breland said, he doesn't listen. And the fact that he fell in love with his power, right? These guys were probably just like, well, fuck it. He's knocking everybody out. We ain't got to teach him nothing else. And if I do teach him something else, he's not going to listen. So just let him, just throw his right hand. So that's what it is, man. Yeah, exactly. He crosses his feet. He crosses his feet. He always goes in the straight line. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. A floppy gov is took to kill Wilder. Who knew? Let me see. LWBC Muppets last desperate attempt not to lose their channel. Reveliously and YouTube begging donations from their lower IQ fans. All fake fans anyway. They didn't even attend the fight. Yeah. Like I said, these guys don't travel. All they can do is make YouTube videos. That's all they can do. Y'all gonna make a whole bunch of YouTube videos, get more super chats, get more AdSense money. You know what I'm saying? Keep it moving. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing else. You talking about, oh, I'm gonna get the belt back. Like, what you gonna do? You gonna fly out to meet Mauricio Sulaiman and set up a meeting? You gonna fly out to talk to Al Heyman? Like, really? Y'all go fly out somewhere and meet these people and set up meetings? Y'all ain't gonna do nothing but make YouTube videos and that's it, man. That's all y'all gonna do. Y'all don't show up to the fights. Y'all don't show up to the press conference. Y'all don't even interview the fighters. Y'all just make YouTube videos so y'all can get more content, more AdSense revenue, and keep it moving. That's all y'all can do, man. Terrible, man. They asking for refunds. They bought the fight in the first place. Yeah, that is so stupid, man. Like, you can't get no refund from a first of all, you can't get no refund for something you didn't pay for. These guys stream the fight illegally. Most of these Deontay Wilder fans, like I said, they don't show up to the fights and they watch the fight illegally. They stream the fights. They don't buy the pay-per-view. So how you going to ask for a refund when you ain't buy the fight your damn self? That's hilarious, man. You ain't even buy the damn fight. Hilarious. Tyson Fury hit like a bitch. This is why he had to resort to hitting with his bare knuckles to bust him up and give him an unfair advantage. Okay, IDK, it sounds like you have a mental health issue. Like, you really don't understand logic. You really don't understand logic. Are you probably one of those young pseudo followers, right? You subscribe to Young Pharoah's channel? You're from his channel, right? Because you're saying the same shit he's saying. You're saying the same exact shit he's saying. Like, there's no advantage when you have a fucking glove on your hand and your hand is wrapped and it's loose. You have no advantage as a fighter. You're prone to injury trying to hit somebody with your bare knuckle, especially when you have a glove on. Now, if you have the glove off, like what they do, like when Paulo Malignaggi was fighting in his bare knuckle league, right? They have his hand taped. They have their hands taped and they can fight bare knuckle. Yeah, you're gonna have an advantage because there's no glove. There's no glove concealing your hand. So you're not having padding around it, right? So if you have padding around a bare knuckle glove, there's no advantage to that. It's counterintuitive. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. And you can break your damn fingers. You can, have a hand fracture, all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, like I said, really dumb. Exactly. You can't even move your fist. Just hit your fingers. It's It makes no sense, man. These guys don't know what they're talking about. They haven't boxed before. They haven't tried on gloves before. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. They don't know what the hell they're talking about, man. But you know, it's pretty it's pretty it's sad because Deontay Wilder and his fans, they can't accept defeat, right? And when you have that kind of energy, both of them, you know, costume, glove gate, spike my drink, the referee was against me, all kinds of excuses. When you have that kind of energy, that just basically means you can't own up to your mistakes and you can never get better. And this really is outside of boxing. This is as a person, as a man. Like, you really have no integrity. You really are just a coward. You know, cowards make excuses. You know, cowards make excuses. Men, they own up to their mistakes and they correct their mistakes. So Deontay Wilder is a coward. His fans are cowards. All I can say, you guys can just keep doing that because, you know, he's not going to get better. He's going to get worse. You know, just keep making more excuses. And again, like I said before, during the first fight, what was the biggest excuse in the first fight? The long count, right? Remember the long count? The ref was like, Jack Reese was like, he had to correct the count and all that stuff, or they were doing videos trying to make sure that the count was too long and all that stuff. How long did that last? Probably, I would say probably a couple weeks, and then it died down and just got forgotten about. It's the same thing that's happening here. This glove gate theory, you know, is what's popular right now, but it's going to die down and completely forgotten about until another excuse comes up. That's what's going to happen. So there's a video of Tyson flicking his jab while training with Ben Davies, and even his gloves are flopping. Yeah, I've seen that. The way that Tyson Fury throws his punches, and I've seen it, not just Tyson Fury. I've seen it to other fighters too. When you flick your jab like that and so many times, your glove's going to get loose. When you flick your jab, especially a flicking jab, and like Ben Davies said, Tyson Fury likes to flick his jab, and he likes to throw jabs that don't. He likes to do throwaway punches. So he'll throw a jab or flick a jab, not to connect, but to kind of control range or distract the fighter so he can set him up with something else. So when you do that so many times, you know, your glove tends to get loose. But there is no advantage in doing that in terms of knocking somebody out with the bare knuckle, with the loose glove, because all you have is padding and no knuckle. All you have is padding. That's it. You know. So there's so many fights I can show you, especially old school fights. I've seen fights with Sugar Ray Leonard, who had a loose glove in a fight. I've seen fights with all kinds of fights. I've seen where people have loose gloves. You know what I'm saying, in the fight. And it's, again, there's no advantage to the fighter doing that. None. So none whatsoever. No, I don't have a boxing glove because I go to a gym. Now they have gloves there. I go to the gym basically every day. I work out every day. So if I'm not going to the gym to work out, I'm working out in my house. This weekend I was working out from my house, you know, doing cardio and different weight stuff like that. But at my gym, we have boxing gloves and a punching bag, a speed bag, and stuff like that. Matter of fact, you know, I may just go ahead and buy some boxing gloves, so I can do two things: work out from home and debunk this dumbass theory. You know what I'm saying? And this theory from my perspective. So I may just do that. I may do that tomorrow. I'm gonna order some boxing gloves from Amazon, have it delivered the same day or not the next day, and do video. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I'll do that tomorrow. So anyway, family, man, I just wanted to get online real quick. I appreciate the live. I usually get online for about an hour or so. You know what I mean? But I really wanted to talk about this young fool, young pseudo, aka Young Pharoah, who's claiming to threaten to get the WBC strap back, the belt back from Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury is racist. You know, he's making it more than boxing. He's making it about something else. When of course we know young pseudo, aka Young Pharoah, knows nothing about boxing. And like I said before, if he's claiming Tyson Fury is racist, then he needs to keep that same energy for the founders and owners of YouTube, which is Larry Page and Sergey Brin. They're white, so why don't you accuse them? Keep that same energy for them because you're utilizing the platform they own, right? Keep that same energy and say that Larry Page and Sergey Brin. I bet you won't even put that in his title because his channel will be shut down so quick. He will have no ad revenue, no AdSense revenue, no super chats, no nothing. I dare him to put Larry Page and Sergey Brin, accuse them of racism on his channel, and I guarantee you his channel will be shut down. He won't do it. He won't do it, but he wants to pander to the boxing crowd, the casual fans who don't know any better. He wants to cater to them to get more AdSense revenue and super chats from them. You know what I'm saying? He knows what he's doing. He's pandering to that audience. So he's going to keep making YouTube videos, doing these, dumbass videos of these threats and these stupid ass excuses, these conspiracy theories, and continue to get these super chats and donations. That's what he's going to keep doing. It's the reality. It's sad, but it's the reality. It's just really, it's just like I said, it's just the feeble-minded coronavirus infected motherfuckers that follow him and his rhetoric that believe that shit. They don't know any better. They can't fact check. They can't validate nothing. They just go with the flow because they're casuals and they don't know any better. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Wilder fans are definitely delusional for sure. So Young Pharoah, before I get up, I'm gonna explain to you about Young Pharoah. I worked with Young Pharoah before in the conscious community, right? I was a part of the conscious community a few years ago doing lectures. I worked with people like Dr. Umar Johnson. I worked with people like Tariq Nasheed, and I was doing lectures, doing events in South Florida. I did a lecture with Young Pharoah and a guy named Sarah Sudin said this was back in 2015. This is like 5 years ago. So I brought him down here, did a lecture in Miami, and I forgot what they were talking about. Something, I think it had something to do with the Bible or something like that. I forgot what it was, but I brought him down here, and did a lecture. Both of these guys are short too. I think Young Pharoah is like 5'6", 5'5". Sarah Sudin said he's like 5'7", 5'8". They're short as hell in person. And no disrespect to short men, but motherfuckers that are short, especially men who have YouTube channels, they always seem to have some kind of Napoleon complex, So Young Pharoah has his Napoleon complex where he's so demonstrative online, but in person he don't keep that same energy, So, but yeah, man, I work with people like him before in the past, and all he does is just spew out false information, misinformation, and just tries to create this narrative so that he can get more subscribers, more AdSense revenue, and more super chats for his channel. That's all. And he's catering to the boxing crowd now. This is his new hustle. That's all it is. So that's all it is. Yeah, 78 Sports Barbershop. They all the same. They all cater to their big ass flock of idiots. Like I said, they're coronavirus infected idiots. That's what I call them. Coronavirus infected idiots. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Anyway, appreciate you guys joining me in my live. Check out my last video I did talking about the PBC is faceless. I did that earlier today. Check that out, man. PBC ain't got no face of their franchise. No face. Everybody who is in that stable either took a loss or dealing with issues outside of the boxing ring. You get arrested, car accidents, stuff like that. It's just the PBC is a sinking ship. So I wonder what the LDBC is going to talk about once the PBC is completely bankrupt and completely irrelevant. What are they going to grasp onto? Right? It's not like they can pool their money together, all their assets, revenue together, and start their own boxing promotion company. LDBC Promotions. It's not like they're going to do that, because they don't travel. All they're going to do is make YouTube videos. So it'll be interesting to see. So anyway, family, about to get off of here. Appreciate you guys joining me live. If you're new, please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, family, signing out. Peace.